Video number 4 in CAD for Dreaming Out Loud. I'm Mark Wilson. Now we've had a bit of an appraisal and a look at Alibre. I thought I'd do what I normally do with CAD packages. I do a series of videos on how to use this particular package. And I'll start the way I normally do and start with a basic sketch. Now I have Alibre installed. The license is all taken care of. You can download this and have a trial and have a play around and see what you think. And go along with the videos if you like. Now I'm just going to click on a single part. We're not going to deal with these other environments yet. That's the one way down the track. Let's click on this one here, a single part. And once this boots up, we just want to check a few things. Now we just want to make sure that we're in the correct options here. So we'll come down here on the top mouse button here, top left corner. We want to go to Properties. Now all of these things here, I think we've just accepted the defaults on everything, so it's not been changed around much at all. But I want to just check out the units in the properties, and we want to be into, I think this defaults when it's first installed to inches because it's an American-based program. So we want to have this in millimeters, and we want our weights in kilograms. And I just always put my precision down to 2. So you can click that there. I always put that to 2, and we'll go. If I haven't changed that at all, but if you change that at all, you have to go apply. But I don't need to because I haven't changed anything, and we'll close that. Now, I look here on my ribbon bar across the top. Down here, there's my my next ribbon bar down, which is the basically modelling side of things, which is mostly what we're going to do. There's another section called Surface. We won't deal with that at all. There's a View. There's an Inspect where you can measure things and do things there. Render, Scripts and add-ons. We don't worry about too much of those. We'll only use the modelling side of things at the moment. Now, I always, if you look here, you'll see little arrows pointing down in some of these things here. So if you point that little arrow there, that little tiny little arrow there, click on that, you'll see there's different options available on the same icon. Let's close that. Now, I would like to make, or first of all, let's go into the isometric, which is what I normally do. We'll click that, put that into isometric. We will make a sketch, and this is just very, very back to basics sort of tutorial thing. So let's have a bit of a quick look. We'll click on that one there, and once we've got this booted up, we need to select a plane, and there we have it. Now my screen has changed markedly up the top here. You'll see here we're in what we call Sketch, or 2D Sketch, which effectively is going to make a sketch on this this thing here. We have a number of sketch figures, which is this one here. We have a Select tool, which is on at the moment. It defaults to on. We have an Edit one here, but there's nothing here to edit, so that's grayed out at the moment. We also have a Constraints area, and you'll find out what therefore down the track. We have another line section here called Reference, and there's a few more things over here, but it's basically these two areas here we'll be dealing with mostly. Now, I would like to make a line, so I'm going to select left mouse button click, and now I'm in line mode. I'm going to left mouse button click on around about there somewhere on the screen. Left mouse button click once, and then I can bring my mouse over and make another little, just left mouse button click again, and there's a line. Now it wants to make another line, and I want this to stop making lines because I want to just deal with that little line on its own. So I'm just going to press Escape to drop out of the line mode we were in before up here. Now, I also point out that if you hover your mouse over here, it does give you a brief description of what it does and also how to go about doing it. So it does kind of intuitive way of running this program. Now we have a line. It's on our X and Y plane, and I'm just going to press the select button here and highlight that, left mouse button click, and show you what this line is. So basically it's a line on the XY plane. It has no length, it has no constraints, it's basically a very, very nondescript line doing absolutely nothing here. So what I want to do is show you what will move about this line. If I left mouse button click and hold on that endpoint there, you'll see my line is capable of moving, changing its length and changing its angle, and also the other end is exactly the same. Now I deliberately left the line on an angle because I want to make this line horizontal. And if you notice, this line at the moment it's this colour down here. These are showing that the line is not defined at all. If it goes black, it is fully defined, and as it changes colour, it's partially defined, non-defined there, which is what that is, partially defined, and fully defined. So what we want to do is, let's just kick this line into shape a little bit. Let's make this line first of all horizontal. So we'll come up to constraints here, and there's a little thing saying horizontal, and I'll probably hover that there. You'll see it'll give you a brief description of how to make this line horizontal. So we'll just left mouse button click again. It's highlighted. We'll select this line here, click on that there, and it will go horizontal. Now it has another thing. If you it came up with a little box up there giving you options of what else you can do, but for the moment we've just made that line horizontal. I'm just going to left mouse button click somewhere else here just to see that, and my line is partially defined. I'll show you what we've done to it. Now if I click that there, you'll see the line remains horizontal. It'll change in length and it'll change in position, but it's still horizontal. Now let's change another thing here. Let's put a dimension in. Let's make this line 100 millimeters long. Let's go over here to dimension. Left mouse button click, and we'll select that there. Left mouse button click, drag this up somewhere up here. It's not really critical where it goes. Click it again, and it comes up with a little dialog box, and this is like a spin box thing, but if it's block blue like that, I can type 100. At the moment it's 96.9 whatever. We'll just type 100 straight over the top of that, and we'll type enter or press the tick button. I'll just press enter, and now our line is defined as being 100 millimeters long, and you notice we're starting to get this line defined and fixed in place. So now if I go to my select tool, we'll grab the end of this here. You'll see that the line now moves around, but it remains the 100 millimeters long, and both ends of that apply. Now let's also do a dimension. I would like this line here to be 50 millimeters away from the origin point. The origin point is this one. Where is it? There it is, there on the left sidebar here. That origin point is X, Y, and Z 0. So I would like a dimension of that line there. Now it wants to measure it again, but we're just going to select something else. We'll select the origin point, and we'll just drag this out here somewhere and select it there and type in 50. Okay, now my line's not black yet, so let's go into select. We will grab this line here, and you'll see the only thing that changes now is the position of the line horizontally. So let's just do another smart dimension. We'll select that line there and the end point of that line, and we'll just drag this down here. We'll click on that one there and type in 50, and now my line has gone black. Let's accept that sketch. We'll click left mouse button, click, and now it comes up with a warning showing that the line is not connected to anything else. We'll ignore that. You'll see why that's important down the track, but at the moment it's not really a thing for us. So there's my line. I'll select the isometric button, and you'll see my line is the only thing there, so that it zooms in. And you'll notice if I zoom back, I'll scroll my scroll button on the mouse, and you'll see here that it's kind of orientated these planes to sort of suit something that's there anyway. Right, let's make a square on this particular plane, the X and Z plane. Let's make another sketch. We'll select a left mouse button, click. I don't want to edit the sketch, I want to create a sketch, and we'll go OK. I've selected the wrong plane, so we'll just go back out of that, deselect, do isometric again. This time I'll make sure that I have this plane here selected. There we go, that one there, and left mouse button click there. Now let's come up, we're looking at the XZ plane. We'll make a circle. So we go up to our sketch figures here. There's my circle there, we'll click on that. Now my first click is the center of the circle, my next click is the outside. So the center of the circle, left mouse button click, drag this out here, click it again. There it is, and it's attached to the origin point, and I'm going to dimension this. Left mouse button click again, we'll make that 100 and enter. Okay, we'll just hit the home key. If you hit the home key, it will zoom everything there. It's fully defined. We're going to accept that sketch, and we'll look into the isometric again. And now you can see I have the circle on this particular plane here, and my line that I just did before. And over on the left hand side here, you'll see here we have sketch 1 and sketch 2, and the not only can you accept it there, and they highlight over here, you can also change this and highlight things back the other way from my sidebar. Now let's make one more thing. Let's make a square on this particular plane here, which is the YZ plane. So now we'll just highlight that one there. We'll come over here to sketch, and now that highlights. We just want to zoom back a little bit, and we'll make a rectangle. So in our sketch figures here, we have a number of ways of doing rectangles, but we just want the plain one. If I hover my mouse over here, my first click is the one corner of it, and my next click is the next corner of it. So we'll just highlight that there. If I come down here somewhere, left mouse button click there, and come up there, you'll see here we've made a rectangle. Now, it's come up with my relationships already built in. These ones here, that's my vertical, which is the constraint there. This one's horizontal, that one's vertical, that one's horizontal. So my sketch, if I click on my left mouse button, my select tool, you can see here I can change this around, but the horizontal and verticals maintain its squareness. Now what I want to do is make that 100 millimeters square, so we'll come over to dimension, that one there, we'll select this line, selecting, yes, that line there, drag it up, we'll make this 100, and we'll select also this one here, we'll make that 100, and what I want to do is make this square here, it's partially defined, in the center of this thing here. So I want this origin point to be in the center of this square, or the square in the center of the origin point. Let's go here over here to symmetric constraint, and we'll select that one there. I would like, and up here we have there's an axis, which is one of these things here. I would like this line here and that line there to be symmetrically distant from the axes. So if I select that there, and this one here, and then the axes, there's the axes there, Didn't select terribly well. Let's try this the other way around. We'll select the axes. This one here, and that one there. Hopefully that's going to work. There we go. And now that's locked in there. Let's press our select tool. We'll have a little bit of a play around. You'll see the only thing it does is move up and down. So let's make the axes central to the this one here the other way around. So we'll go back into constraints. We'll select this line here, that line there, and the axes. If I can get there, it is. And didn't work. Why is that? Let's try it again. There we go. And that's gone black because it's fully defined. We'll just zoom back a bit. Let's grab our little select tool. And now nothing moves. Trying to grab these things, nothing moves. And we'll accept that. Put this back into isometric. You'll see here we've made a line on XY. We've made a square on the YZ and a circle on the XZ plane. I'm going to leave it at that. We can also save this if we like. It'll ask for it. We'll just save this. We can just save that. I won't do it because I'll have too much stuff on my screen. And we'll just go cancel. I'm Mark Wilson, and thanks for watching.